How does your genetics affect your gym progress? How quick you get it, how slow you get it, how you look after a while, where you started out from, how much muscle you can totally build? How does it affect this? Well, your genetics play a very important role in how much muscle you put on, just in general, the way you look. So let's get started. The first one is your starting out point. Where do you start from? Are you like kind of muscular? Are you skinny fat? Are you fat as fuck? Are you really skinny? You already kind of have some muscle on you. It all depends on your genetics and the training that you did before. Because let's say you had to lift for your sport before, you're already gonna have some of those gains. It's not gonna be as much as if you just started right now, no training at all, because your body's gonna have to adapt to it immediately. And there's some other people that just are naturally more muscular, look better, have lower body fat, just by their genetics. You can't control that. It is what it is, bro. The speed of your muscle growth. Now, this depends on your genetics and your training and your nutrition, how fast and your recovery. Four things. So, number one, your genetics. They play a decent role, not the biggest one. The biggest one is probably your sleep and training and nutrition. Those three, and then your genetics. They're all pretty much equally important. Mostly recovery, I think. Because if you're not eating enough, you're not going to add on muscle. If you're not sleeping enough, your body's not going to have time to actually use the nutrients that you ate to make them. And if your genetics are shit, it's going to be a struggle. It's pretty much going to be swimming against the current. You have to get your sleep in check. You have to get your diet in check. And you have to get your training in check. Your genetics, they play a role, but it's not the biggest role. They're important, but they're not the most important thing ever. Have it in the back of your mind, bro. Mainly focus on your nutrition, your training, and your sleep. It's gonna affect it more than just your genetics. Number three, bro, just in general, how you look. It affects how you look just by simply the insertion of the muscle, like where it inserts. If you have long biceps or short biceps with a peak, all your muscles, like your chest, that's just because of his chest genetics. You can't control that. Just don't worry about it. Train harder. Try to fill it. Not fill it, but make it look better. Because if your bicep is really long, just train it more and it'll get bigger and it's just gonna look. Main thing for biceps. If you have a long bicep insertion, when you're extended, you're just resting, it's gonna look bigger than the guy with the short bicep insertion. But the short bicep is gonna look like it has more of a peak. Between Arnold Schwarzenegger, he has the bicep and it's like a big ass peak. Just insertions, bro. I'm not gonna get that deep into it. That's just what they do and how they look. Number four, the amount of muscle you can actually put onto your body. Like just the total amount, the maximum. With perfect training, perfect diet, perfect sleep, perfect everything. That's gonna be the limit that your genetic allows you to get to. Just in general, just the limit. You can't get more, you can get less if you don't have all the things perfectly. You literally can't. It's a ceiling. You can't go higher. You're limited here. You're like at the rev limiter on your car. You get everything perfectly, now you're done. It's complete. You have to go do something else now, bro. You have to go focus on something else. It is what it is. That's the Latin natty limit. But it's really hard to get there, bro. To have the perfect sleep, perfect diet, perfect nutrition, very difficult. Very, very difficult. I'll be honest, bro. The natty limit to me is pretty much your body just telling you to do something else, bro. At that point, find a different sport. Just go do a fighting sport. Go do another sport, to get better at. Or just focus on business. Whatever you want to do, bro. Anything you want to do, just focus heavy on it. And just put training aside. Keep training, bro. but maintaining the muscle is very easy compared to building it. When you're in a car, bro, when you're accelerating, you hear the car just like struck, like the revs are just going way higher. They're going like 3,000-4,000 when you're like trying to accelerate pretty quickly on a highway. But when you just want to maintain it, it goes down to like 2,000, 1,500. That's just what it is. Switch over to something else, focus on something else. Anyways, bro, thank you for watching. This is just how genetics affect you in the gym.